Like they did that on purpose. It was just, fuck. I wish I could play that game again for the first time, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when it first came out, how like everyone popped off for it and it was fun. Then everyone realized it was just like a little bit easy, and then you found out you could just buy the moons, and then it was just like
Complaining about difficulty in a Mario game, I feel, is very silly.
I hear you.
Personally,
I hear you.
Like, I feel like it's expected at this point. There really aren't like hard Mario games.
I get
it. In my humble opinion, you know, it's just like if you want like a harder game, there's just like a different franchise. That's just me personally.
You want a hard game,
and then there are the challenges later that get harder anyway. But we'll definitely talk about that more in a minute. Instead, I think we should be talking about Mother a little more in that comic coming out a little soon. The fact that we got two boys just scrapping outside the middle school right now. You ever just walk outside of middle school with two kids just like throwing hands, like probably over a girl?
Yes, actually. My brother's in 5th grade. They get wildly rough for 5th grade.
Yeah, it's like they don't know any better yet because they're like little children. Now right here. And imagine if the children were psychic.
Dude, they just touched BK Thunders again. This happened last time.
Let's touch.
This happened last time. There's an Earthbound match.
Oh man.
Insane. Anyways.
Anyway, yeah, here we go. We're on Town and City. Very polarizing stage. I'm not even a little bit. Like, I'm just gonna be real. I'm not even a little bit surprised as that up smash takes the stock that we went to this stage, because this stage is very polarizing in the fact that it has the highest vertical blast zone of all the stages that we play. Currently in the legal rule set for Ultimate, and it has some of the lowest horizontal ones.
Yeah.
On this stage, what do you have? Like, you have like the PK boys, you know, who have back throws that kill at all sorts of wonky percents, up throws that kill at all sorts of wonky percents. I mean, these guys, in terms of like, you know, classic, you know, I'm not gonna combo you to kill you. I'm just gonna get you to a certain percent and throw you, like true Ultimate mechanics. In terms of that, this is like the best stage for both of them. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this throughout the whole set.
Dude, they're playing the whole game on the ledge. That's where literally everything is lost in one, at least so far this set.
Yeah, of course they are, my friend. I mean, you know, they just have, like, amazing options by the ledge. You know, Lucas with his F-tilt, his down smash, Ness with his down smash, reverse, you know. Like I said, I feel like this stage is just... I feel like this was such an obvious choice for a stage, because both these characters, frankly, can just explode on you on this level if you're not careful. I mean, especially just since, like, both of them are sort of demi-clones of each other at this point.
Dude, Uz just gobbling up the PK fires.
He's hungry.
Yeah, definitely hungry, and right now in a really good position to take game one, which would be a really good for him to go up game one, because, you know, you give Webb any kind of leeway, and he's just going to run away with it, so... You know,
definitely the definition of like give an inch, take a mile.
Yep.
Especially since WebbJP just, you know, it's not even just off of grabs. It's especially since WebbJP, you know, is just so good at extending damage off of specifically straight hits. Like, he's so good at that, and especially off of like countering aerials as well, like, you know, with his own aerials. So it's really the definition of just give an inch, take a mile. And Ness actually able to jump out of that grab right there. Back air, not going to do it yet. Will he have to go to the ledge? No, good on him taking advantage of the platform right there to actually use the snake to make it back to the ledge instead, so he doesn't have to just jump right towards it, potentially get yo-yoed. Is this the stock? Oh!
Yes, it is.
PK Thunder. I'll PK Thunder, your PK Thunder. If you PK Thunder, my PK
Thunder. Oh, that was stupid. That was a really good edge guard by WebbJP, but I'm sorry. That was just very silly looking. I apologize. That was just my reaction. Oh, really good on WebbJP. Let's touch thunders.
This is scary, dude. Because okay, there we go.
No, we're good.
Cleaned it up.
We're good. I don't care about that high ceiling, man. I'm just gonna just Ness with the up air, literally pointing to where you're gonna go, like this, like a grand slam, just pointing that baseball bat. Like, no, dude, that's actually, I think that's one of the hypest things ever. By the way, when baseball players point to where their shot is gonna go, when they're calling their shot like a grand slam, I think that is just the hype, like easily like some of the most hypest things in baseball. Let's take a look at this play again. Oh my god, just absorbing it, but it's not going to matter because it stalls him right in perfect Lucas F-tilt range. And then you have this down smash right here. And please tell me we got this. No, we didn't get this replay.
The last play.
Wait, no, we did get the replay.
I got it.
I'm so...
Like, I have a PK Thunder. Oh my gosh. PK Thunder. Okay.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's
I'm
just such...
gonna be honest.
Hey, it's a good
I'm
edge guard,
certain.
man.
Yeah, it's okay. Having the multi-hit PK Thunder just will make it so much more. It's so much easier for Lucas to start messing with Ness off stage rather than the single hit boost upwards that Ness's PK Thunder is. So it will force Ness to do things like PSI Magnet, and while he does have the better Magnet, and it's going to be more beneficial for Ness to use that more frequently, Lucas largely has the hitboxes, oddly, to outrange Ness in a lot of ways. So we saw that in at least losing his first stock, he used the Magnet to counterplay the PK Thunder that was out there and got F-tilted for it.
Yeah, you know, these ranged options like you talk about, Lucas with his PK, Lucas with his quicker, you know, like single hit damage PK fire. It's such a good like spacing and zoning tool, a good get off me tool for Lucas as well. Does a lot for him, you know, like Lucas, it's like, you know, it's so interesting, like the way you're pointing it out, Ubel, because like, it's like, you know, they're both like demi-clones of characters, you know, like they're not the same character, but they do clearly have things that were derived from each other. Of course, and it's like, it's very interesting to see like the differences between the two of them actually in action against each other right now.
Yeah, it's like watching a black mage versus a red mage. And like both of them do similar things, both of them have the skills to do what the other does, but they evolved in different directions. Like Ness is obviously just the black mage, looking for damage, looking for like powerful strikes, while Lucas is a lot more well-rounded in a lot of ways, but utilizing different, more awkward tools and more utility kind of spells to gain advantage. Excuse the RPG tropes.
My sister came in the room. What did you say something?
I did. I made an analogy, but it's okay.
I'm sure it was sick.
Red mage versus black mage is how.
That I heard. I heard that at the beginning. I'm sorry, I was sort of half teasing you, but I did actually have that. Again? Oh my god.
You're fine.
That was not. That was way too far, Ness, dude. That was way too far that time.
You, Nintunist, are fine. Ness is dead.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Or whatever it was. Anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah, just moving on with my life. We're even in stocks right now. Oh, actually up a game over WebbJP right now. You know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, because like I've seen Webb be down a couple games in this set, not in this set, like throughout his bracket run. So I want to say, oh, Webb, down a game. This would be a hell of a win for this person, and then Webb just pulls the reverse 2-0 literally every single time so far. So you know, I'm just gonna not say that and then see what happens.
I mean, but you did say it. But you said it.
I said it sarcastically.
You did.
I mean, I said it hypothetically, so it's not going to matter. And then you have him just spamming all sorts of options by the ledge right here. PK fires, you know, F-tilts, the whole shebang. Able to get that weak hit of the down air, the second one as well, but not able to convert the F-smash that he wanted off of it. He is down in percent, but I mean, it's nothing that he can't make up so far. It's only about a 50% differential, both on the same stock. And I feel like in this game, both these players are respecting each other a lot more than they were on Town and City. Town and City, they were both going in, knowing that the blast zones very much favored both of their characters, and that they could just do that. Now, with the lack of platforms entirely, these guys are really starting to respect each other a lot more than they were doing before. But the back throw in he does have the stronger back throw of these two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ness's back throw is stronger, but all of his other throws, all of Lucas's other throws, have more overall utility. Like Ness is a combo throw at like 0 to 5%, but then like the rest of his throws just have too much base knockback to really lead to anything. While Lucas's throws have so much knockback in every direction, so it's fine. But yeah, Nex's back throw has the most knockback growth in the game of any character, let alone just this matchup.
Most knockback growth, but not the most knockback anymore. I believe that is now Incineroar's.
Yeah, Incineroar's back throw has more base knockback.
Yes. Alright, and here we go. Last stock on the second game. Will all be able to close it out and advance further into the bracket to take on Sensei in losers quarterfinals? Will WebbJP live to fight another match? These guys are just swinging at each other, man. It actually does look like a middle school fight. Just scrapping.
Grabbing the toys off the playground, seeing what they can use. And he's got his rope snake, his yo-yo.
I mean, Ness has a bat.
Oh, well, that's a little bit more than a toy.
That's a little extreme. Anyway, still just swinging at each other for the fences right here. About a 40% differential between the players. Oh, with all the stage control, but he does whiff a grab. He's going to eat a punish from WebbJP for that. Almost getting edge guarded off the level right there, but stalling himself with the PSI magnet to ensure he can get back onto the stage safe and sound. Now, what's the call here? He's able to land a PK. If is able to land a PK fire, this could potentially be the game right here. But instead, WebbJP just narrowly putting himself around. That was so smart of WebbJP. Just narrowly positioning himself around with the neutral air to make sure he had an active hitbox out before he could land that forward smash to get him off the level, and then just chased him all the way down with the up B. We're going to game 3.
That looked odd. Like, I didn't think he got his jump stolen, but it looked like he just kind of accepted it. Did he lose that jump? Take a clear look at this.
Yeah, that cross-up nair was so good.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good to keep the pressure on, man, to make sure he was on the right side of the Ness, to make sure he couldn't eat that hard of a punish, as well as just make sure he would be able to retain a good position to get him off the level. WebbJP's cross-up nair right there was so good.
The flash of the PK, of the F tilt, made it disguise the double jump, but it looked like he lost his jump there. He lost his jump after the down tilt. Careful not to mash. Mashing jump is rough. Yeah, and he didn't have a jump for all that.
Yeah, and I guess he just decided to just succumb right there, because if he put an up B out, it would have just traded or gotten beaten out by Lucas's, so I don't blame him. Alright, well, as we wait for this last game.
At least we don't have to worry about guessing about what their bans are. Web ban, Smashville in town.
Are they still doing that in the chat?
Yeah, they are.
SMG is broken.
That it is, my friend. So now I guess we're going to have Maverick or a TO just put those in manually.
At Kelvin, where are you at?
Not the good kind of broken.
Fix SYN.
And here we go. We got ourselves the final match of losers round 3 here. 4 losers quarters in the winner of this versus Sensei. Got Ness and Lucas, your favorites.
Yeah, kind of the pinnacle of Wi-Fi characters as of late. Ness has always been like a Wi-Fi staple, but the more popularity Lucas gets, the more people pick him up. And the more they realize that a lot of his buttons are just super visually very good. And good in any amount of lag.
Yeah, it just depends on the situation, you know, like Lucas is just so good at intercepting aerials with his own moves, but when it comes to, you know, his ground game, if you're able to hold your ground on your own, it becomes a whole different ballpark. Because when you actually get Lucas to have to approach you, if you're up at the lead against him, it becomes a little bit harder for him to really approach. That's one of the areas where Lucas struggles a little bit, in my opinion, when he's actually on the ground and you force him to approach you in that department. But now, looking like can force that position if he were to regain a semblance of stage control here. But then again, it's so hard because I feel like these characters just have to scrap with each other so much because I feel like they're so good at breaking each other's zones.
Yes, indeed. Percents even so far. Both of them trying to get that one. Trying to look for a grab at the moment. Disguising it with hitboxes, trying to condition shield. Oh, but the up smash instead. Catching the landing spot dodge, avoiding Ness's powerful back throw. But
yeah, that was raw.
Still dying
and
for
speaking of raw, no, Ness. Oh, that was so unfortunate right there. I knew that last forward air was a little ballsy because he was going to be off a level. But I thought Ness, with his immaculate directional air dodge with how much space it covers, I thought for sure he would have been able to just, just air dodge back to the level. But unfortunately, he went for the uppie and the wall of Unova just ate it. But maybe none of that is going to matter. He's able to take this stock now, and he is with the down smash. One stock away from securing top 5, or top 6, I should say, here at DNA.EXE.
.EXE. This is still ace, man. This is a
Yeah,
pretty
not able to
intense
time that
ace.
right. Oh, I love the reaction from WebbJP, just running in with that up tilt to continue the combo. Spamming down tilt by the ledge and then just running in when he knows he was going to roll. It was really good conditioning, I should say, by WebbJP, knowing that just by spamming that down tilt option by the ledge right there, that he knew that I was going to roll to try and get around that.
A whole lot of PK fire going on.
I'm glad we're muted, so we don't have to hear either of them
A
scream.
whole lot of PK fire going on.
Aerial PK Fire is so good for both of these characters. Like the diagonal down leads to so much, and the multi hits setting up pretty much a guaranteed grab. Meanwhile, the mid-range PK Fire across the platforms, making sitting on platforms unsafe, but once they get both of them get past their PK Fire range, it's a matter of like how you can set up each other's conversions, and how much damage can be put on a single opening. And it looks like is able to maximize his own openings much more than WebbJP has. Partially because Ness's combo game is largely just like single, one or two piece combos, while WebbJP constantly is looking for down tilt setups and things of that nature. But Ness doesn't need to. He doesn't have that level of execution to get his damage. Ness is much more of a string-based character, like pushing across stage into a horizontal edge guard attempts.
I didn't know whose
Ooh,
dome
that
that
back air.
was. But
WebbJP with that onslaught by the ledge, though, man, he was landing so many wonderful reads against but was able to just stay persistent enough to make sure that, you know, I just keep myself coming at the stage right here. As long as my percent isn't too high, as long as I'm able to eventually make it back to the stage, I can still win this game. And he does finally sneak in a back air. Like, look at him just spacing these forward airs, but it's just eventually not going to matter. Finally finding his way back in with that second back air out of that. Good stuff, my friends. Making the upset.
yeah, that was definitely an upset.